Imagine a summer so hot the cobblestones feel like skillet bottoms. In 1518 Strasbourg, a quiet housewife named Frau Troffea steps outside, lifts her arms to no music at all, and starts dancing. Not a happy little jig, but a bone-rattling marathon. She's still at it at sunset, still at it at dawn, until the skin on her feet splits and the neighbors stop laughing. Within a week, 40 people have joined the queue. By the end of the month it's 400, all of them begging their legs to quit while the legs refuse. Hearts give out, bodies drop, yet the survivors keep kicking. What hijacks a mind so completely that people boogie themselves into early graves? Troffea's solo began like a joke. She twirled once, twice, then couldn't hit the off switch. 2 days in, her husband dragged the town watch over. They pinned her down, but the second they let go she bounced up faster as if someone had cranked the invisible metronome. By day, 4 curious townsfolk started echoing her steps, like they'd all tuned to the same ghost radio station. Guild halls slammed their doors, merchants ditched their stalls, and the streets filled with flailing bodies like marionettes in a hurricane. Priests sprinkled holy water, the dancers splashed through it. Doctors blamed hot blood and prescribed the only remedy they could fathom: more dancing. The city hired musicians, built a stage beside the grain market, and paid guards to shufflers keep moving. Think of fighting food poisoning with an all-you-can-eat buffet. That's the level of tragic irony we're talking about. At the peak, up to 15 corpses were carted off daily. Strokes, heartbursts, pure exhaustion. Feet swelled until shoes burst, skin peeled like wet paper. Survivors later described a red mist at the edge of sight, a drumbeat in the skull that erased hunger, thirst, even the names of their kids. Then, one September dawn, the spell snapped. Some dancers folded to the ground and slept for days, memories blank, others twitched for weeks, legs trembling the moment they tried to stand. So what cooked their brains? Theory 1. Ergot, a moldy rye fungus packing an LSD-like punch. Eat enough and you hallucinate, convulse, maybe interpret spasms as dance. Trouble is, ergot usually clamps blood vessels. You feel ice cold and nauseous, not pumped for a rave. Theory 2. Mass psychogenic illness. Strasbourg in 1518 was a stress bomb: famine, syphilis, smallpox, plus church guilt cranked to 11. When life feels hopeless, the brain can flip a safety switch, turning anguish into a physical outlet people finally notice. Modern echoes? In 1962, a laughter epidemic shut down a Tanzanian school. In 2011, dozens of New York high schoolers developed twitching fits chalked up to stress. Sometimes the mind shouts through the body when words won't do. City fathers quietly banned public dancing for 2 years, as if shame could be outlawed. Families of the dead got modest alms, a shrine to Saint Vitus, the patron saint of dancers, suddenly trendy. Pilgrims limped there barefoot, trading penance for protection. Meanwhile, Strasbourg buried its anonymous dead in unmarked graves beyond the walls, a city trying to shuffle away from a memory that refused to stand still. History is crammed with moments too weird for fiction, and the dancing plague sits right at the top. Are you team toxic bread or team nervous breakdown? Tell me below, genuinely curious which theory keeps you up at night. If this trip into weird history scratched an itch, hit like, subscribe, and share it with that friend who brags about pulling all-nighters. Because nobody parties harder than Strasbourg 1518. 5 centuries on, the story still warns us. Humans aren't lone rational islands, we're emotional dominoes. Under enough pressure, the mind can override every survival instinct and send bodies boogieing straight into oblivion. We may never know the exact tune that looped inside Frau Troffea's head that July morning, but the echoes keep thumping, reminding us that sometimes the scariest choreographer is the one living inside our skulls.